Okay, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Seth Solo Side Quest. I'm Seth from the Lonely Stoner podcast, and in this episode, I'm going to be talking about Caleb Plant's recent loss to Armando Resendiz. Caleb Plant was a guy who, like I said in my previous videos about him, one of my favourite boxers. Really distinct style of boxing, which not a lot of boxers have. Really high IQ boxer, and he's got some really impressive, or one or two impressive wins under his belt. Did have a bad loss against Canelo and David Benavidez, but in my opinion, there's no shame in losing to those two guys. They're monstrous punchers at 168. Whereas Armando Resendiz is a relative nobody. This is the biggest win of Armando Resendiz's career, a Caleb Plant. He'd lost twice before, and this was his first 12-round fight as well. But Armando Resendiz, he showed up and he turned out and he put a beating on Caleb Plant, if we're being honest, was able to take Caleb Plant's best shots and continue to move forward, walk him down, apply pressure, keep throwing punches, and was a problem for Caleb Plant and landed a number of good clean punches on him and was putting the pressure on him and was just winning the rounds, right? Was winning the rounds, you know, occasionally putting Caleb Plant on wobbly legs from time to time, but on the whole, you know, pretty comfortably won the fight, right? Now, like I said in my video, you know, if I didn't bet on this fight, but if I did, I would have put my money on Caleb Plant, which means I would have lost money, right? I don't know what happened to Caleb Plant. I'm hearing rumours that maybe it was a hand injury he had, or maybe it's like they say, styles really do make fights where, you know, that is the style of fighter that is going to cause a guy like Caleb Plant problems. But when you look at it in terms of quality of boxers, Caleb Plant should be beating him, right? I understand stylistic issues, but it gets to a point where, like, Caleb Plant, he's been in there with world champions. He's beaten world champion. He was a world champion. He should be fighting. He should be beating a guy who's never even been in a 12-round fight before, right? But that wasn't the case. A huge win for Resendiz. He's now the WBA interim champion, meaning he would probably be next in line for the WBA world title, I'm assuming. But you know the way boxing is. It's never super straightforward. But you know, obviously on the undercard was Jamal Charlo. I don't know if I'll make a video about him. I'll probably make a video about Jamal Charlo separately. But yeah, Resendiz is interim WBA champion now that he's beat Caleb Plant and he's arrived on the scene. I don't fancy him to really accomplish anything at a world level, because I look at the other guys in this weight division at that level and he probably loses to them. You look at your Edgar Belangas, he probably beats him. Hamza Shiraz would be a good fight, actually. Hamza Shiraz would be a good fight against Resendiz. But obviously Belanga and Shiraz are fighting each other. But yeah, it's a shame for Caleb Plant. I was wrong, man, because that was a bad performance from Caleb Plant. And there is a rematch clause. PBC have confirmed there is a rematch clause there. But if Caleb Plant wants to pick it up again, I don't know. Not pick it up again in terms of box again. No doubt he will box again. But if he wants to rematch Resendiz, I doubt it. I think Caleb Plant should probably go back and rebuild himself. Have a couple more fights. Maybe, I don't know. I don't really know because he's fought for world titles now and he's lost. And now he's lost again for an interim title. It's going to be a while before he can sort of rebuild himself up to a point where he could get, you know, a somewhat decent money match. But yeah, we'll see what's next for Caleb Plant. Let me know if you were surprised by this result and if you think they should run it back. Be curious to know what you guys think. Alright guys, another episode of the Seth Solo Side Quest in the bag and I'm out. Peace.